So it is cold and snowy now, and people are more desperate for housing than ever. What are you seeing and hearing out there?
Yeah, hi Amy, thanks. In my previous position as a housing locator, I was responsible for reaching out to private landlords to find housing situations, safe and affordable housing for individuals who are experiencing homelessness. And there's just sort of a disconnect, I suppose, between the tenants and the landlords, where the landlords are looking for somebody who's got stable income and who are working. And so unfortunately, that's not everybody, and people are experiencing barriers. It's really, really difficult for them to get into the market.
Well, what often happens when the discussion between the landlord and the potential tenant turns to source of income?
Yeah, so if they're talking to support workers, they'll ask, where is this person's income coming from? And as support workers, it's confidential, so we don't say. Um, and but the valley is a small area, and in a small town, you get that sort of word of mouth where people will talk around. And unfortunately, they come to find out one way or another how this person is supporting themselves, and they tend uh, not to take on clients who are supported by income assistance.
Well, what is the problem there in their mind, at least with someone being on assistance?
Well, income assistance gives a person, if they're getting the entire pot, they're getting $686 a month. And so that's a concern for most landlords because rent right now, as we know, is up to twice that, if not more. So that's their concern there. They won't take into consideration, if somebody is getting a child tax benefit or if they're getting child support or, if they're getting money in other ways.
So, what's the sentiment out there among people looking for housing? Can you talk a bit about that?
It's dire. I mean, we have people who are living in encampments, and it's a struggle, and people are accessing their family and friends in order to support themselves. And in many cases, those family and friends are already at risk of losing their tenancy. And so you have people who are, without very much resources who are trying to support their family and friends. We also have, there's a lot of young women who are in dangerous situations who are staying with domestic partners far beyond a time when they should be accessing help because they're scared of losing their apartment or their home.
How does someone overcome that, if at all?
My best advice is to reach out to resources. I would phone 211 to see which resources are available to you. You can also reach my office. My personal email address is alison.coldwell, ALISON, COLDWELL at novascotia.cmha.ca. And we can get you connected to the best resources for your situation.
Well, what about the landlords who do want to partner with you? Is there an avenue there?
Yeah, so over my year of being a housing locator, I had located 3 or 4 landlords who were very enthusiastic about helping us. And they've been wonderful supports. And these landlords, I think, are paving the way for many people who are getting into developing units. So yeah, we've been working together and collaborating and seeing how we can provide sort of a 360 support system around each client to make sure that this client is, um, you know, developing their skills and tenancy.
All right. Well, Allison, thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Amy.